WJZ. This is an alert day.
Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Rochelle J. We're cutting into programming right now because a tornado warning has been issued for parts of western Carroll County. So let's go ahead, pull up our graphics. Here's a look at radar over the last hour. Our focus is going to be on the northern sections of Maryland, north central Maryland. I'm going to zoom in just to show you and pause the radar here because that's where we're watching. That red box, that northernmost red box, that's the tornado warning for western Carroll County, and that tornado warning will continue through noon today. So we've got about 10 more minutes on this warning. However, the question with this is going to be whether or not we see another warning, because you'll notice, I'll zoom in again just so we can get some zones in here. So right now it is in Frederick County and it's moving off to the north and east at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. So to get you some information on this, again, we've got a tornado warning in place for areas of Frederick as well as Carroll County until noon today. So just letting you know, that is why we are on the air right now. Again, this storm is moving at about 55 miles per hour off to the north and east. So I do want to put a track on this. I'll have to zoom out just a bit, however, just so we can get some more zones in here. Again, about 55 miles an hour. So this is a quick moving storm. So if you got the warning on your phone, maybe you have a weather radio, you got that warning, you need to get to your safe place because this thing is speeding. It's racing off to the north and east. So I'm going to put a track on this over the next 20 or so minutes. So just to give a heads up to folks in Union Bridge, in about 5 or so minutes, 11:54, this is anticipated to move into your area towards Uniontown, 11:57, Westminster just after noon. Right about 2 minutes after noon or so. Arders Mill at 12:03, Bixler around 12:05, and then up towards Ebbvale around 12:09. And again, this thing is speeding through this tornado warned box. I just want to put the loop on just to show you how quickly this is moving. So right now it's only for a small sliver of Carroll County, but notice how quickly that is moving. This is the last hour, and in fact, let me stop this. I'm going to just take you through the last 15 minutes with this just to show you how quickly this is moving. So this is just 15 minutes. You see that storm is almost out of that tornado warning box, that red box, the northernmost red box. This is just the last 15 minutes. So this thing is absolutely speeding through. And if we look on a larger note, we will see that it's also included in a severe thunderstorm warning. And this severe thunderstorm warning, just to get you some information on that, again, we're looping over the last 15 minutes to show you how quickly this is moving. So this severe thunderstorm warning, this goes until 12:30. So that will take us into our new newscast here at WJZ. This warning, the severe thunderstorm warning, is for Baltimore, Carroll, Frederick County, as well as Montgomery County. And you'll notice in that black box that popped up when I queried this, tornado possible. So we do have some rotation indicated with this system, some history of rotation, I should say, that has been indicated with this line of storms that's been moving through over the last 30 or so minutes for the state of Maryland. We've been watching this, meteorologist Steve Sossin and I, over the last little bit as it's moved from Northern Virginia, this entire line, as it's moved from Northern Virginia crossing into Maryland. And now we have this tornado warning that is in place for about the next 7 or so minutes until the top of the noon hour. So that is embedded in a larger severe thunderstorm warning. That's that yellow box that you're seeing, just pausing the radar here. Going to go ahead and try to get down to street level for some of the areas that are down the line from where this storm is right now. So we're talking about areas like New Windsor, maybe Tawnytown, over towards Westminster, Hampstead, just looking at the storm in a larger type of view. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, see if we can get some street names. Uniontown, go ahead and try and zoom in a little bit more, try to get some of those street names in there. If you're over towards 75, 84, 857 in Uniontown, over towards Fountain Valley, we've got Route 140, Route 832 up towards Mayberry Road around Tyrone. We're looking at Uniontown Road. That's close to 140. As we look towards Westminster, you could get some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds with this as well. So just a heads up, you are down the line in Westminster, Uniontown, Jasontown. You're not included in the tornado warning at this point, but you need to be getting your plans in place if you don't have it already in case this is extended, which there's a good chance that it may be extended, but at the very least you are still under a severe thunderstorm warning because of this area of storminess that has prompted a tornado warning. So even if the warning is dropped, the tornado warning, that severe thunderstorm warning will continue through the next 30 or so minutes. But we are on the air because of this tornado warning. I do want to zoom out, give you a look at the state as a whole. This is really the area that we're watching. But notice down to the south, we are still watching some areas of storminess in Virginia here. I'm going to circle it for you. That's going to be also moving off to the north and east. So just a heads up for areas of Montgomery County, Prince George's County, maybe eventually Howard and Anne Arundel counties as well. We may see some of that storminess moving into your area once we get past the top of the 12 o'clock hour. So want to head things over, if we can, looking at Max 2. Take a look at a graphic there on Max 2 as we continue to watch this storminess that's moving through. So here's the tornado watch that is in place. So the difference between a watch and a warning, the watch means that we have ingredients in place. So you need to be getting prepared. We've got conditions that are favorable for storms to rotate, for tornadoes to try and form, funnel clouds and things like that. When we have a warning in place like we do right now for Frederick and Carroll counties, that's when you need to be taking actions. The plans that you made when the watch was issued, once that warning comes out, if a warning comes out, that's when you do need to take action, put those plans into motion because there has been rotation detected within a specific storm. So here's a look at what to do, where to go in your home. Maybe you're in an apartment, maybe you go into the hallway on the lowest level of your apartment building, away from doors and windows. So anywhere that is highlighted in the green, an interior closet, the hallway, maybe a bathroom, but definitely if you have a basement, that would be the best option. Again, get away from windows and doors. Turn the TV up. We have an app that we will be streaming on. The app, you can take that with your phone and you can listen to the coverage as we're watching these storms through the day today. So it's going to be, right now we're watching a tornado warning, a couple of tornado warnings, but we have the chance for more storms to be strong to severe later this afternoon going into the evening. Again, places you want to go: interior hallway, interior closet, maybe the stairs. Bathroom is also a great option, but if you have a basement, that is the best place for you to go when we do have tornado warnings that are in place as we do right now. Keeping an eye on this warning over on Max 1. This is set to expire at 12 o'clock, but it's 11:57. I'm going to zoom in and show you. This is almost completely out of that warning box. The front edge of this area of storminess is now moving through Taneytown. Westminster, it's on your western doorstep, your back doorstep right now. So we'll see if they do extend this tornado warning. I do want to look at the rotation within the storm right now to see if we do have some of that going on. So it does look like we've got a little bit of differentiating winds here within this warning, still within the warning box, which I do have up in that deep red line. I'm going to highlight it very quickly just to show you where I'm looking as far as the tornado warning box. So that's highlighted, but some of the areas that may need to watch for, I'm going to point to this here, if I can find my pointer tool, is going to be this area right here over towards Oak Orchard. We've got some winds being detected there around that looks like 31. I'm going to zoom into this just to see if I can get some street names on that. So that looks like Clemsonville Road around Route 31. If you're in the Oldfield, Clemsonville area, this is right on top of you. So you need to be in your safe space right now. As we're looking off to the north and east, New Windsor, Route 31, you are down the line from this if it continues to move to the northeast. And this, again, is moving very quickly, about 55 miles per hour for this storm as we continue to monitor this tornado warning until noon. And I want to zoom out because there was a tornado warning down to the south for areas of Montgomery County, right up against the Howard County line in Montgomery County. That doesn't look as concerning as the one for Carroll County. But again, we do have this tornado warning for Montgomery County that is also tornado warning, yes, for Montgomery County. That also will go until noon. So we've got about a minute or so on these. Want to zoom out. Let's reset the radar for the Maryland State View. And just to show you more of the radar colors that you might be used to seeing with this, put a loop on it for the last hour. You see these storms, they are speeding. And we do still have that severe thunderstorm warning that's in place for Frederick, Montgomery, parts of Howard, Carroll, and Baltimore counties. A little bit of lightning being detected just over the state line in Pennsylvania, but we're going to be more concerned with what the winds are doing within this storm. And it does look like we have a new warning that is in place for areas of Howard and Carroll counties. So